What is up, my bodyweight warriors? Welcome back to another video and another training vlog. So one of the reasons today is pretty exciting is that it is the end of rehab, as I mentioned in the last vlog. So we're on to some more normal training. But probably one of the biggest issues I see when people try to return to injuries, they try to return too soon. So when I say I'm going back to normal training, I'm still using that progressive manner, building load up slowly, because you don't want to have that injury recur and repeat itself. That being said, because I am being able to train a little bit more normally, do some more normal exercise, I'm going to actually try and build a little bit of mass. So because I want to gain a little bit of mass, a little bit of muscle, I want to actually quantify it and make sure I am moving in the right direction. So I got my friend at the gym just to do me a quick body metrics assessment, so just measuring, and body fat, which I came out at actually 11% at, which I'm quite surprised. I thought I was a little bit lower.
You're right, Cal. I'm fat.
Either way, at least I have now a metric as a base point to compare the next 8 weeks, 12 weeks of training against. That being said, it's time to go and train. Bodyweight Basics begins, and I am so excited to get back into proper training, especially some form of hand balancing. So I just wanted to mention this at the beginning of the vlog, and that is the importance of wrist preparation for hand balancing. So I'm doing my wrist prep routine, which is available on YouTube. I've been doing this throughout my rehab, but I'm just going to mention how important it is before doing any sort of balance work. So as it is basic, and I'm just kind of getting back into working a little bit more shoulder stability, as that's kind of what's going to be restricted from this injury. I'm just warming up with basically some frog pose, some crow pose, and just kind of working some more basic forms of hand balancing. But I did decide to actually give a couple of elbow levers a go as well. Although they look relatively hard, they're actually pretty easy. But again, something I haven't done for like 2 months now, so it's a bit weird going back into it, but it was one of the main things I'm excited about getting back into. I really loved doing handstands, doing hand balance work, and I've been missing it these past couple of months. I mean, even the past 8 months due to my elbow injury. So can't wait to get properly stuck back in. Into the main part of today's workout, I am starting off with military press. So basically a vertical pushing movement. You could use a pike push-up, a wall-assisted handstand push-up in this sort of instance, but because I want to have some amount of quantification, I want to use a weight, so I'm going to use military press so I can see what reps I'm doing at what weight and how it's improving. So here I'm only doing 30 kilos, so not just over a third of my body weight for 12 reps, which isn't crazy, but it's, you know, the most I've done in the past couple of months, and it's just an easy way to write down numbers and see things are moving in the right direction. As I said, although this isn't rehab, it's still very much about moving this injury in the right direction and re-strengthening those ranges of motion. I was pairing those military press with the standard pull-ups. I haven't actually done pull-ups apart from the last couple of weeks for over 2 months, and when I first got back into it, I was only managing sort of a few sets of 6. My pull-up endurance really went to shit, really. I lost a lot of strength in this particular pulling pattern, considering I was doing one-arm pull-ups before. But happy today I was managing 3 sets of between 10 and 12 reps, which is a lot better than it has been for the past few weeks. Then moving on to my favorite exercise as of late, and something that I haven't used a whole lot before until this rehab, but it's been crucial in rehabbing this shoulder injury. And I think it's just a really great exercise. Often with bodyweight horizontal pushing movements, there's a little bit of a sticking point and people don't often know where to go. Obviously you have rings and you can do like Bulgarian push-ups and you can do planche push-ups, but it's actually quite a hard exercise to make progressively harder. But adding weight to push-ups is a really great exercise and a really great way to just add some simple amount of intensity to your sessions. Those were paired with some horizontal rows in which I was just using a TRX, so I didn't have my rings with me. I'm focusing on doing this with a closer grip because I want to help develop a little bit more rhomboid in my back. And this is mainly for a little bit of scapular winging that I've had now for a while and I'm just trying to fix. And I know this is probably one of the patterns that is a little bit weaker, so that's why I'm focusing on just doing a narrow grip for this particular exercise. Then moving on to some more aesthetic stuff, and that is with some just standard bicep curls. Nothing interesting here, just using a hammer grip because that helps with a little bit of the brachii stabilization. Also pairing that with some weighted tricep dips. Again, one of those rehab exercises, but such a great exercise for the triceps, the arms, but it's also nice to include it in a way that doesn't necessarily isolate the muscle by itself and is used in a natural pattern. Then moving on to one of the most horrible exercises that I'm doing at the moment, and that is end range conditioning. And with this end range conditioning, it's basically looking at improving overhead mobility. But for me, this is the last sticking point at which I'm still getting some pain with my shoulder. So I'm looking at building up isometrics here, 6 to 8 reps per side, 5-second holds, trying to unlock that overhead mobility in preparation for going back to doing some handstands. So if you are struggling with overhead mobility, this is a great exercise to include. And then that was paired just with the standard reverse support hold, working on body line, working on active shoulder extension. This exercise is really great bang for your buck for core, mobility, and just general shoulder stability. But that is it, that is the workout. Full details are in the description. Back to the vlog.
So I guess that's kind of the workout. Pretty similar actually to the last few weeks of training. The load is going up, the reps are back up again because we're looking to build a little bit of mass. Feeling a lot stronger than I did a few weeks ago. I'm having basically no pain training at all. The only one that I notice a little bit on is those end range conditioning exercises in that overhead position which you saw me doing. And the reason that I'm doing that is mainly for my rehab injuries. That's like the last little bit to dig into and improve. But apart from that, everything is going well. As always guys, full workout is in the description down below. It's a good mass building workout. It can be done bodyweight. You could do something like pike push-ups or handstand push-ups instead of those overhead press. It's just for me, because I'm still building myself back up, building those basics from injury, I want to be able to write down the weight and quantify the reps in terms of making sure it's heading in the right direction. But that has been it for this week guys. If you enjoyed this training vlog, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. If you have any questions or if you want to join the conversation, leave a comment down below. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button. There will be new workouts, new videos every single week. But that has been it for this week guys. Have a strong week. Peace.